Every culture in human history has used repetitive spoken words to change interior states. This is not religion. This is not mysticism. This is documented human technology. The Tibetan Buddhist calls it mantra. The Hindu calls it japa. The Sufi calls it Dhikr. The name changes. The mechanism is identical. Modern neuroscience has documented what every ancient tradition already knew. Repeated spoken words restructure the brain. This is not metaphor. This is measurable. When you repeat a word or phrase consistently, the brain builds a dedicated neural pathway. The word becomes a shortcut, a groove, a default route your mind travels automatically. This is called neural encoding. Athletes use it. Surgeons use it. Therapists use it. The mechanism requires no belief. It requires only repetition. The second mechanism is called self-referential processing. Words spoken in first person activate different neural circuits than observation. The brain treats them as identity-level information. When you say, "I am strong," your brain does not file it as an opinion. It files it as a fact about who you are. The architecture of the self shifts. The third mechanism is affect labeling. Naming an emotional state reduces its charge. This was documented by neuroscientist Matthew Lieberman at UCLA. The word does something to the state. When you are in fear and you speak the word peace, you are not describing reality. You are intervening in it. The nervous system responds to the word as instruction. The fourth mechanism is priming. Exposure to a word activates its entire semantic and emotional network. Attention shifts. Perception reorganizes. Behavior follows without conscious effort. This is why the affirmation industry exists. Billions of dollars built on a real mechanism. Say it enough, mean it enough, and something changes. The research confirms partial results. Partial, because the secular version is missing critical components. Precision, grounding, a complete map of what the interior states actually are, and a system that sustains the practice daily. What the affirmation industry rediscovered by accident, ancient traditions encoded deliberately, with precision, with a complete map of human interior states, and a daily practice architecture to sustain it. The mantra is not the primitive version of the affirmation. However, the affirmation is the degraded version of the Dhikr as practiced in Islam, the photocopy of a photocopy. Something real is lost in the copying. The mechanism is documented. The technology is real. The question is not whether invocation works. The question is, which tradition built the most complete and precise version of it? Every tradition found the mechanism, but not every tradition built the complete instrument. One tradition mapped the interior states with surgical precision and built a daily practice around each one. Islam has 99 names of God, not titles, not descriptions for theological study. Each name is a precision tool. Each one activates a specific interior state, a specific quality of attention, Ar-Rahman, usually translated as the merciful, but the Arabic root is Ram, the womb. The name does not describe mercy as a concept. It invokes mercy as a generative field. When you invoke Ar-Rahman repeatedly, you are not reminding yourself that mercy exists. You are orienting your entire nervous system toward the mercy field. The brain primes, the body follows. Al-Jabbar, usually translated as the Compeller. Incomplete translation. The root Jabbara means to set a broken bone, to restore what is fractured. This is the name invoked when the interior has collapsed. As-Sabur, the infinitely patient. Invoking this in a moment of rage is not a platitude. It is a precision, neurological intervention. You are priming the exact quality the moment requires. The New Age practitioner says, "I am at peace." This is affect labeling. It works partially, but it is generic. It does not specify which quality of peace, which dimension of the interior. The 99 names are not generic. Each one is a surgical address to a specific interior condition. Es-Salam for the peace that follows conflict. Al-Qayyum for stability when the ground disappears. The affirmation industry says, I am abundant, I am loved, I am enough. These are fragments, extracted from a complete system without the source code. They work like a copied key, sometimes. Dhikrullah is the complete technology, specific names for specific states, a map of every interior condition a human being encounters, and a practice structure that deploys the names daily, not occasionally. You do not need to believe in God for this to function. The neurological mechanism does not require theological commitment. Priming works regardless of belief. The brain responds to the word. But here is what the secular version cannot access. The names are not human inventions. They are not affirmations someone wrote in a journal. They carry 1,400 years of verified human practice. Millions of human beings across 14 centuries have invoked these names in moments of crisis, grief, addiction, war, loss, and transformation. That is not theology. That is a clinical trial at civilizational scale. The New Ager is running an experiment with a sample size of 1. The Dhikr practitioner is inheriting results from a billion-person study across 1,400 years. The data set is not comparable. You do not need to be Muslim. You do not need to believe. The technology activates what you invoke. Call it, embody it, become it. The mechanism does not check your theology first. In 1935, 2 men in Akron, Ohio built a recovery program from scratch, working only from observable outcomes in broken people. They did not know they were reconstructing something ancient. Alcoholics Anonymous works. Decades of research confirm it. The question nobody asked is how. Strip the Christian language, strip the meeting culture. What is the machine underneath doing? Step 1. We admitted we were powerless. In Islam, this is called being faqr. In spiritual poverty, the recognition that the self cannot save itself. It is not the first step toward recovery. It is the door. Step 2. Came to believe a power greater than ourselves could restore us. In Islam, this is Tawheed. The architecture of the entire deen rests on one foundational claim. There is one sovereign. It is not you. Step 3. Made a decision to turn our will over. In Islam, this is tawakkul, complete reliance, and Islam itself. The word Islam does not mean religion. It means surrender. The step is the translation. Step 4. Made a searching moral inventory. In Islam, this is Muhasabah, self-accounting. Ibn al-Muhasibi built a complete methodology for this in the 9th century. AA rediscovered it in 1935. Step 5. Admitted to God and another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. In Islam, this is istighfar and Tawbah, seeking forgiveness and returning. The assumption built into Tawbah is radical. Confession concept, speaking truth. 2 people, honest conversation, return journey. Tawbah does not mean you are a sinner trying to become good. It means you departed from your natural state and you are returning. The recovery framework is built into the ontology of the word. Steps 6 and 7. Became ready to have defects removed. Humbly asked God to remove them. In Islam, this is tazkiyah, purification, and dua, supplication. The sequence is identical. Steps 8 and 9. Made a list of persons harmed, made direct amends. In Islam, this is hukukul ibad, the rights owed to other people, a formal accounting. Restoration is obligation, not option. Step 10. Continue to take personal inventory. In Islam, this is daily muhasabah, nightly self-examination, not a one-time event, a permanent practice, the maintenance architecture built into the daily rhythm. Step 11. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve conscious contact with God. In Islam, this is salah, 5 times daily, dhikr, muraqabah. Step 11 is the endpoint of AA. Islam makes it the spine. Step 12. Having had a spiritual awakening, carry the message, practice in all affairs. In Islam, this is da'wah and service, not the fruit some people eventually reach, a foundational obligation from day one. Bill Wilson reconstructed this system from observable outcomes in Broken Men. Islam delivered it complete, scalable, daily, embedded in practice so the maintenance happens automatically, not heroically. AA is emergency medicine, brilliant triage for people who have already collapsed. Islam is the immune system, built to prevent the collapse before it happens. Both work. One is more complete. This video isn't just to make the argument. It's a public service announcement about a tool, 12 songs, one for each step, each paired with its Islamic parallel and 3 names of God. The songs flowed in one night. The easiest project ever made. Each step mapped to its Islamic practice. Each step paired with 3 names that activate the transformation that step requires. Step 1. Powerlessness. The Islamic parallel is faqr. The names are Al-Qawi, Al-Qahar, Al-Hakim, the strong, the subduer, the wise. The crisis this step addresses is the moment before relapse. Al-Qahar, the subduer. Not a typical invocation name. It carries crushing force. Used here with surgical precision. Ya Qahar. Destroy this craving. Specific target, specific name, specific moment. Step 5. Terror before speaking the truth. The names are Al-Ghaffar, At-Tawwab, As-Sattar, the repeatedly forgiving, the acceptor of return, the concealer. Every dimension of that terror addressed. Step 11. Spiritual dryness, cannot feel anything. The names are As-Sami, Al-Basir, Al-Qarib, the all-hearing, the all-seeing, the near. Invoked precisely when nearness cannot be felt. The music spans multiple traditions, Rebetiko, flamenco, blues, Appalachian folk. Because the recovery crisis does not sort by culture, the tool must fit the hand of whoever picks it up. Crisis intervention tracks, spoken word over minimal music, 5 to 10 minutes each, built for the 3 a.m. moment when no one picks up, when the step feels abstract, when you need something to do right now. The gap in recovery programs is not ideology, it is mechanism. They say call your sponsor, turn it over, pray, but provide no technology for the hands and mouth during acute crisis. This does. You don't need to be Muslim. You do not need to be in recovery. The steps are not just addiction medicine. They are universal human transformation architecture. Leaving patterns, healing, beginning again. The 12-step playlist is the meditation album. The recovery program, the devotional cycle, the crisis toolkit. Click play. Let it hold you. The names don't run out. Every culture found the mechanism. Islam built the complete instrument. It's mapped onto the framework 40 million people already use, and made available at 3 a.m. when nothing else answers. The link is in the description. The project can be found in American Dervish. Under the 12 Steps playlist, 99 names. The technology is real. The tool is built. It is waiting for whoever needs it.